You all know my first guest, of course, from the classic TV sitcom Cheers. Beginning Saturday, you can see her in the brand new CBS series, Kate Brasher. Please welcome Rhea Perlman. Great to have you on the show.
I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I've never been on your show.
I know, this is great.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I was always like, Rhea, and you were like, no.
I'm here.
I was outside your window, Rhea, and you were like, no. No, thank you for coming on the show. That's nice. Wherever you go, you get this, you know, wave of goodwill. It's so nice.
It's very nice.
People know, I think you and the rest of the Cheers cast, they just so love that show, and they all identify with you, I think, for that reason.
Yeah, they're still watching it.
They're still watching it all. Yeah.
But now you gotta watch my new show.
Yes.
You gotta watch it. Okay, we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk. The wave of love will move from that show into the new show.
Yes, it will.
Now, you must be happy to be back in New York. This must have pleasant memories.
It's snowing. I love it.
It's snowing. You can see it's beautiful snowfall.
Look at that.
Really, we're going to add snow later with a computer effect. But this is where you met your husband, Danny DeVito, in New York.
Right.
And how many years have you been married?
Well, we've actually been together for 30 years.
Wow.
We've been married for 19.
Yeah.
I'm so old. Oh my God.
I like people always applaud the concept of people sticking together. You know, it's so funny.
Yeah, I know.
So you guys met.
We met, and I moved into his Manhattan apartment 2 weeks later.
Really?
Yes, because I was living in Brooklyn. And, you know,
that's a good basis for a relationship. I've got to get out of Brooklyn. So,
it really was. And he had this nice little one room, you know, in a brownstone thing. And
was he when you moved in? Was he neat? Was it like a clean, nice apartment?
I know what you're getting at.
Well, I'm just curious.
I'm going to tell you. It was very, you know, neat on the outwardly, you know, seemed nice, you know, but we kind of hippie-ish. It was hippie-ish days, a lot of brown rice and all that. And he
just around the floor, yeah.
And he slept on the floor on a pile of different blankets and stuff, you know. It was pretty cushy and everything. I said, okay, I'll try this, you know, and I moved into the floor bed, and we turned off the lights, and I heard this scampering. And I go, what is that? And I realized we were surrounded by these little roaches. Just all around. No, wait a minute.
I thought you were going to say leprechauns. That was all. I was hoping this was a happy story.
But wait a minute. They were nice roaches. I mean, they were trained. They were trained. They were trained to be around the bed.
Right.
Just to watch the action, but
like to
not
watch.
to participate.
Yeah. They had little movie cameras.
But I had other ideas. I had raid. Yeah.
No one gets mad at you for killing roaches. There aren't many people out there that are like, that's mean, don't do that.
But he really took pacifism way too far.
Right.
But then he even made a film about a roach. But this one did die. I mean, it was a sad ending. This one.
He made what, kind of like a student film?
You know, he was always directing, you know, so he would make these Super 8 films, and this one was about the giantest roach you've ever seen in his bathtub, and he just filmed it to the end, you know.
It dies at the end?
It dies at the, well,
but people don't cry like
when
he fills the tub. I have to see this film now. When is this coming to the multiplex? I want to see this movie.
Soon, I hope.
Now, you did theater here in New York, is that right?
Yes, I did theater.
Because we were looking at your theater work, you know, your past work, and you did a play. We couldn't figure out what this was about. It's called Dracula Sabat.
Oh, my God.
And we were thinking, it was like Rhea Perlman in Dracula Sabat. And we were like, what was Dracula Sabat?
It was the nude Dracula.
The nude Dracula?
Yes. Okay. This was like in the... Let me explain. Let me have a chance to redeem myself. It was in the days, like in the early 70s, you know, there was this phase of theater. It was the gropey phase.
Gropey.
It was a
gropey.
Yes.
Right.
And all the off-Broadway plays were like, in some way, gropey. You know?
Everything was nude and
people were nude but they were doing art.
Right.
And
even traditional plays like Oklahoma was nude at the time.
No doubt.
Yeah, right. Let's get going, Pa. Take off your trousers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was you. This
was a hot ticket, man.
It's such a weird thing to hear, like nude Dracula.
Yeah. Well, I was like a Draculette because it was. I was just in the chorus, you know, of nudniks. Groping each other.
Right.
And
so you were a nude person who was sort of around Dracula.
I was, yes, around Dracula, you know, and everybody had to like touch each. I mean, we had a you know, it was very like, you know, there was this famous guy named Grotowski from Poland, and he brought this whole gropey theater. You guys, you missed it. I'm telling you, if you weren't there. I mean.
This one guy from Poland comes over and says, like, now people will grope each other, and everyone listens. Yeah, I love that idea.
We felt you needed to connect.
Yeah, to connect.
To connect. When we did.
I dig.
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's talk about Kate Brasher. This is produced by your husband, right?
It is his film, his company, which is Jersey Films and Television now.
Right.
TV division was just added a couple of years ago, and it's their first produced show, and so he is in essence my boss. But you know, after 30 years of sleeping with the guy, finally paid off. You know.
Good move, yeah.
Really.
That's real commitment, yeah. Yeah.
And so it's an hour show. It's on Saturday night on CBS, 9 o'clock. And it's an actually, you know, I'm used to doing the sitcom thing, which is a comedy. This is a drama, but it's also really funny. And I play Mary Stuart Masterson is the star, and me and Hector Elizondo are the co-stars. And we work in this community action center, and I play a lawyer, but I've only been a lawyer for like 87 days, because the rest of my life I've been working up to being a lawyer. And, you know, our cases, we get everything that comes through the door. We don't get paid much because it's kind of that kind of pro bono work that people in real life
so it's
actually
about the kind of people, it's got the kind of people you meet, how you help them out.
Yes, yeah, it is. And it's a really, really terrific show.
Well, it's a good cast. And like I say, I wasn't even kidding up front. People just have such affection for you. I think that's going to mean good things for the show.
Oh, I hope so. I have such affection for them, too.
Well, you should. Kate Brasher premieres this Saturday night at 9 on CBS. Check it out. Rhea Perlman, thanks so much for coming. Great to have you on. Rhea Perlman, we'll be right back. Martin Maron, stick around. Thanks for doing it.